Life doesn't reward those who wait for the perfect moment, it rewards those who dare to create it. No risk, no story isn't just a catchy phrase, it's the foundation of every remarkable life that has ever been lived. Behind every great name, every groundbreaking idea, and every legendary success lies a moment of courage, the moment someone decided to take a risk. Think about it. Every hero you've ever admired, every story that's ever inspired you, began when someone took a step into the unknown. They didn't have all the answers, they didn't have guarantees. All they had was a dream, a burning belief, and the courage to risk everything for something that mattered, because they knew without risk there is no reward. Without stepping into uncertainty, there is no discovery. Without daring to fail, there is no chance to win. Risk is not something to fear, it's something to embrace. It's the key that unlocks your greatest potential. The truth is, comfort zones may keep you safe, but they also keep you small. You can't live an extraordinary life if you're only willing to take ordinary chances. You can't write a powerful story if you're afraid of turning the page. Every decision you make carries risk, but so does doing nothing. Staying still might feel safe, but it slowly drains your energy, your passion, and your purpose. When you take a risk, you might fail, but you'll learn, you'll grow, and you'll rise stronger than before. Because risk builds resilience, and resilience builds greatness. Your story begins the moment you stop playing it safe. The moment you take that leap, even when your legs shake, even when fear screams louder than hope, that's when your life starts to change. Because real stories aren't written by those who waited for permission. They're written by those who dared to risk it all for what they believed in. So take that risk, start that journey, say yes to the unknown. Because one day you'll look back and realize your most defining moments were the ones that scared you the most. And you'll see that every risk you took was a step toward becoming who you were meant to be. Growth doesn't happen when everything feels easy. It happens when you challenge yourself, when you face uncertainty head on, and when you take steps that make your heart race. Taking risks is what pushes you to evolve, to discover the power, creativity, and courage that you didn't even know existed within you. Without risk, you stay the same. With risk, you unlock transformation. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you grow into a stronger, wiser version of yourself. Growth is never comfortable, but it's always worth it. Your comfort zone might feel safe, but it's also where dreams quietly die. Comfort is like a warm blanket that keeps you from facing the cold truth that you are capable of so much more. When you refuse to take risks, you trade your potential for temporary peace. You stay stuck in the same cycle, never discovering what you could truly achieve. The greatest danger in life isn't failing, it's staying where you are. If you want a life that inspires, you must be willing to step into the discomfort that leads to growth. Every successful person you've ever heard of, from entrepreneurs to athletes to leaders, took a risk. Steve Jobs risked failure to build Apple. Elon Musk risked everything to chase impossible ideas. J.K. Rowling risked rejection over and over before her books became a global phenomenon. Behind every achievement is a moment of decision, when someone chose to leap without knowing where they would land. Those who take risks may fail, but those who never risk will never rise. Every story that inspires the world began with one simple act: courage. Risk teaches you lessons that success alone never could. It teaches you to recover, to adapt, to fight back when things fall apart. When you fail, you learn how to rebuild. When you fall, you learn how to rise. Each risk you take adds a layer of strength and resilience that no comfort zone can provide. The people who thrive in life are not those who never fall, but those who have fallen 100 times and still keep standing. Resilience is built in the fire of risk. It's what turns ordinary people into unstoppable forces. The biggest risk you'll ever take is believing in yourself when no one else does. It's easy to have faith when everyone supports you, but it's powerful to keep going when no one sees your vision. Self-belief is the foundation of all success. It's saying, even if I fail, I'll try again. It's trusting your instincts when others doubt you. When you risk believing in yourself, you give yourself permission to grow beyond what anyone imagined possible. Because in the end, your belief in yourself is the only risk that always pays off. Fear shows up right before greatness does. It's a signal that you're close to something powerful. Every time you feel afraid, it means you're standing on the edge of growth. Most people run from fear, but the brave face it head on. They understand that fear isn't there to stop them. It's there to test their courage. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you must be willing to walk through fear. Because the greatest opportunities are always hidden behind the doors you're most afraid to open. A life without risk is a life without meaning. What makes a story powerful is the struggle, the climb, the courage to keep going when everything seems impossible. The moments that define you are not the easy ones, they're the moments you took a chance. Your scars, your setbacks, your triumphs, they're all chapters in your story. And the bolder your risks, the greater your legacy. When you take risks, you create a story worth telling, a story that inspires others to take their own leaps of faith. Because at the end of your life, the only stories worth remembering are the ones that began with risk. So, when you stand at the edge of uncertainty, when fear whispers that you might fail, that you might lose, that you might not be enough, remember this. The greatest loss is not in falling, but in never trying. Every dream, every goal, every victory that ever existed began with a moment of courage, a single heartbeat of faith. Take the leap. Trust yourself even when the world doesn't. Because the truth is, your destiny will never reveal itself to those who stand still. It belongs to those who dare to move, who dare to believe, who dare to risk. Don't wait for the perfect time, it will never come. Don't wait for the guarantee, it doesn't exist. Just start. Take the chance. Write your story in bold letters, not in hesitation. Because in the end, when the world asks what your story was, you'll be able to say, with pride and power,